This is ABC7 News at 11, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Jacqueline Matter. Thanks for joining us. First tonight, a flood advisory warning has been issued for Sarasota County tonight until 11:15. Let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with your first alert forecast. Bob?
Just got back from the studio, Jacqueline. This is of US 41 right there near Fruitville. It always floods, but it flooded a little bit more intensely tonight as a result of 3 to 3.5 inches of rainfall in just a short period of time. The southbound lanes have been closed, and there's several cars that didn't see this flood, and so they drove right up on in it and, of course, stalled, and the wreckers came out and are towing a lot of those cars away right now. Flood advisory for North Sarasota County was to expire at 11 o'clock. I think that has, but it's still in effect for South Sarasota County now. And it appears that this flooding is imminent, especially in South Sarasota, where in excess of 3 inches of rain has fallen already, and it looks like more on the way, although the latest radar trends seem to indicate that less intense storms are moving on shore, but still quite a bit of rainfall there in South Sarasota County. The good news is in North Sarasota County near downtown Sarasota, that rain has now since lessened. There is another line here, but that too is weakening as it pushes to the southeast. But by far the heaviest rains have moved on into Sarasota, also into Osprey and Venice. Still some moderate to heavy rain expected to cause some more flooding there. So the flood advisory continues in that region. You got to look at the rainfall rates, and these may be underdone. In fact, the Doppler radar site from the National Weather Service indicating they're suggesting that maybe the radar returns weren't as strong as they should be because the rains came so fast and heavy at times. Now, these are estimates, and these are underdone too. I talked to a gentleman in Fruitville near I-75 already reporting 3.5 inches of rainfall there. As I mentioned, the rain is starting to lessen over North Sarasota County. Still, though, it continues over south, and that's where the flood advisory remains now. So the flood advisory for downtown Sarasota has since expired, but it continues now from Osprey through Venice to Inglewood, and that may be extended further south into Northport as you see this rain continues to work its way on into Inglewood, also into western portions of Charlotte County tonight. But the good news is that it has expired now for North Sarasota. Well, much more on this cold front, which is causing all this activity here tonight. We'll have the details on it coming up in a few minutes. Jacqueline?
All right, thank you, Bob. We'll check back in with you shortly. Starting today, the city of Sarasota, in partnership with the Arbor Day Foundation, is offering 100 trees to residents at no cost at all. It's a program helping homeowners conserve energy while beautifying their neighborhood. ABC7's Dwayne Lindo is here with what the program entails. Dwayne?
Well, Jackie, the city is saying that it will reduce utility costs as well. A few residents we spoke with in one Sarasota neighborhood stress what they're looking for is a greener and healthier community.
Native vegetation and trees are a huge part of the Arlington Park neighborhood.
Oh, just got it, brand new, little maple.
Resident Mary Ann Bowie just planted hers 2 weeks ago. She says the city of Sarasota's plan to give away 100 trees is great for a mitigation program.
We really need to keep the right tree in the right place. And we really need to replace the trees that have been taken out through development and redevelopment of our properties.
The city of Sarasota's sustainability program educator, Jeff Redenberg, points out that in addition to filtering air, the trees that are provided play an important role.
Provide shade for their house, which will hopefully decrease their electric bill. It'll be more beautiful in their yard. It can reduce water runoff.
According to Vredenberg, money saved throughout the period of time living in the home.
Actually, planting one tree can reduce 2,000 kilowatt hours over the course of that tree's growth in 20 years. That's like saving a month off your electric bill, so it can make a big impact.
Sarasota started the program last spring, giving away 125 trees. Each household can reserve up to 1 tree, which is delivered to the home. Owners must plant it in a location specified by an online mapping tool.
On the online program, you can see where the best places for shade. So between those two things, you can choose a space in your yard that's suitable both so that it doesn't hit a power line, but also provides maximum shade.
And in order for any resident to plant one of these trees, they're required to find out locations of water, sewer, and power lines.
You should call 411, and then FPL, the power companies, the cable companies, they'll come out and they can mark where you shouldn't bury that tree, because you don't want to obviously hit a cable while you're doing it.
4 types of trees, all of which are native to Florida: Sweet Bay Magnolia, Red Maple, Bald Cypress, and Shoemark Oak. And they'll continue to give away these trees until all 100 have been reserved. Jackie? Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Dwayne. The Bradenton Police Department is working to ensure pedestrians and bicyclists in our community stay safe. The department received a grant to provide overtime pay for officers at several intersections in the city that have the most crashes. Officers will monitor these areas, aiming to reduce the number of pedestrian, bicycle, and vehicle accidents. The intersections selected for that enforcement are Manatee Avenue at 9th Street West, 14th Street West at 21st Avenue, 1st Street and 13th Avenue, and Manatee Avenue and 43rd Street West. The city of Sarasota is granting homeowners money to improve their homes for future storms. The city has received a hurricane loss mitigation grant for almost $195,000. They're now accepting applications from eligible residents for hurricane-resistant windows, doors, and roofs. Now, if you're interested in applying, you can find the registration form on the City of Sarasota Facebook page, and then you can turn it into one of these locations. They include the Newtown Redevelopment Cooperation, the Robert L. Taylor Community Complex, the Senior Friendship Center, Selby Public Library, or the Office of Housing and Community Development. Over $100 million in low-interest disaster loans have been approved for Florida businesses and residents affected by Hurricane Irma. The U.S. Small Business Administration encourages anyone who has not applied to take action right away. The disaster declaration covers both Manatee and Sarasota counties, which are eligible for physical and economic injury disaster loans from the SBA. Disaster loans are available to businesses of all sizes, most private nonprofit organizations, homeowners, and renters to cover any uninsured losses from the disaster. And just a reminder that if you want to stay up to date on the latest breaking and local news and see alerts on your phone instantly, iPhone and iPad users will want to download our new news app. You can just go to the App Store and search for WWSB or My Suncoast. Android users will get that new version downloaded automatically. An alleged terrorist has been arrested in Miami after a month-long undercover FBI investigation. The Florida man, who was reportedly inspired by ISIS, was allegedly planning to carry out a bombing of Dolphin Mall in Doral. Undercover agents met with Vincent Solano and gave him a fake bomb that they say he planned to use in that attack. Thanks to the work of federal, state, and local law enforcement, Solano was arrested and is now in custody.
This was an operation carried out by the FBI. I want to commend them for it. They did a phenomenal job during this lengthy investigation that ended in the arrest of a potential terrorist who was out to do severe harm to individuals and residents at the mall.
This year, Governor Rick Scott added 46 counterterrorism agents to the State Terrorism Task Force. These special agents work hand in hand with local, state, and federal intelligence agencies. 3 murders in 10 days has left law enforcement baffled. This evening, hundreds of worried residents are asking tough questions about these killings as the Tampa neighborhood where the murders happened remain on edge. Here's ABC's Chuck Silverston with more.
A packed room of worried and concerned neighbors asking questions.
Isn't this kind of what we would see with a gang?
Tampa police sharing what they can about the investigation.
We don't know who this person is. Everybody at this point is a suspect.
As the manhunt for a possible serial killer intensifies, law enforcement has been blanketing the area following the deaths of 3 people, all gunned down in the Seminole Heights neighborhood of Tampa, all within 10 days of each other, and all less than half a mile apart.
I assure you that they are related, they're linked.
2 of the 3 victims, Benjamin Mitchell and Anthony Naiboa, killed near bus stops. The other victim, Monica Hoffa, just walking to a friend's home. Her body discovered in an empty lot hidden in the high grass. All 3 murdered after dark.
These are victims of opportunity. This offender is not premeditating, picking these people out, stalking them in advance. That's very unique, particularly among serial killers.
The only lead, grainy surveillance video showing a person of interest spotted near the scene of the first murder. Officials Monday night begging the community to stay alert.
There's a very good likelihood that someone in this room knows who's doing it. Someone knows something, but they don't realize it.
Family members of all 3 victims attending the community meeting.
Oh God, we come with this request.
Neighbors there supporting them in prayer. Chuck Sievertson, ABC News, New York.
Well, straight ahead, Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your first alert forecast. Plus, for the first time, we're hearing from the widow of Sgt Johnson. We'll have the latest on the investigation into the deadly ambush in Niger that left 4 American soldiers dead. That story when we come back.
We've all heard how military veterans adjusting to the civilian world may have certain issues.
30. 78.
If only everyone had this issue. No matter what challenge they face, Easter Seals is here for America's veterans.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
Did you know that Sarasota County was the first in Florida to be recognized as an age-friendly community? Whether you're 22 or 82, we strive to be the best place to live, work, and play. A community rich with opportunities and things to do for people of all ages. On Saturday, October 28th, we're advancing this movement with a free community event featuring live entertainment and hands-on experiences. You won't want to miss our entire community coming together for an age-friendly festival presented by the Patterson Foundation.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
For more than 100 years, American Humane Association has been teaching kids to be kind to animals. Those in our homes, on the farms, on the silver screen, and wildlife conservation, caring for the world's vanishing creatures. But we can't do it alone. Visit kindness100.org to find ways to teach kids how they can make a more caring, compassionate, and humane world for all of us.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Well, Bob, we certainly got that rain we were looking for, a little bit of it, but it came down pretty fast.
It did. That's the thing. It came down so quickly, and in just a short period of time, you're going to see this in just about an hour and a half. We had 3 inches of rainfall, which is going to cause flooding regardless, but the flood advisory now lifted for our area, and the other one about to expire here in the next 45 seconds. Well, viewer photos, Siesta Key, Cindy Desmond getting this, a little glimmer of hope there with some sunshine off in the distance as the sun was setting. You can see one of those windsurfers out there with a kite. And then we had this photo sent in from the Pelican Point Golf and Country Club. John getting this with an eagle guarding the nest. Well, that eagle is getting wet now because it's raining near Pelican Point at this point. And Tower Cam, I want to show you, this is 8 o'clock. Now, this is looking out toward downtown Sarasota. The rain will start to come in at 8:30, and then it's pretty much over by around 9:30, 10 o'clock. The rain kind of lessens up a little bit. You can see there just a few light raindrops on the lens at that point, and you can see from the radar imagery, this cold front is still back here, so the front is still to the north and west of us, but it will move through, and it will be significant. You'll see a reinforcing shot of some cooler air again tomorrow night, too. That next front won't have much rain associated with it because the air is just so dry, but that north wind will continue, and it will continue for the next couple of days. And with that north wind, what it will do is usher in the coldest air of the season. Right now you can see we have some moderate to heavy rainfall now near Inglewood, stretching off toward Northport. Although it appears that it's lessening there, we still have this line, the actual front itself, which is producing and generating some lightning strikes. So don't be too surprised to hear some rumble of thunder here, especially in about a couple of hours from now as it works its way through Manatee County. But for the time being, Venice, some light rain, Inglewood a little heavier, Rotunda, Port Charlotte, all the way up to near Northport. You can see some isolated areas, some moderate rainfall now near, looks like Lido, and also near the airport, where the airport has had nearly 2 inches of rainfall there at the airport just in the last couple of hours. You can see these are estimates now, 3 inches. Most of these I think are underdone. I think we had about 3 to 3.5 inches of rainfall, especially near downtown Sarasota, and then stretching off toward I-75 in Fruitville. Lesser amounts into Manatee County, but still pretty impressive. Over 1.5 inches from, looks like near Cortez, stretching all the way off toward Palmetto. I mentioned that dry air. Well, here it comes. You can see it slowly moving into the northern portion of the state, and it will eventually move in here right around sunrise or so. So we can expect most of that rain to be over by then. We'll see a slight chance for a morning shower, but for the most part, the heavy rainfall will be over. 74, and the dew point temperature is still pretty high, indicating the front's not moved through here yet. Winds out of the south, southwest at 13. The pressure on the rise, and we're still getting some light rainfall at the Sarasota-Bradian Airport, and the relative humidity at 93%. The high today was warm, 87 degrees. Just 3 degrees shy of the record 90 set back in 1993, and 75 was the morning low, although we're into the 70s now, the low to mid 70s. Those winds will switch out of the north. They'll pick up too in intensity, especially later in the day, anywhere from 14 to 20 miles an hour out of the north and northwest through the early morning hours on Wednesday. You can see that. That's going to really bring temperatures down. In fact, on Thursday, it looks like low temperatures will be in the low 50s, more like January temperatures as opposed to late October, and it looks like highs on Thursday will reach into the low to mid 70s. Now the futurecast indicating that this next line of showers should clear out of here by midday, and then we'll see, it looks like clearing skies throughout the afternoon and evening, and then it starts to turn much cooler here across the Sun Coast, something we've been waiting for several months. In the tropics, all are quiet right now, and it should stay that way. And the national scene, there's that big low that is driving this front all the way through our area right now. For boaters, not the best news. We'll start to see advisories issued later on tomorrow afternoon. Winds will be picking up throughout today. Seas 2 to 3 feet with a moderate chop. Those small craft advisories will stay with us too through Wednesday. Water temperature now at 81 degrees. UV index will be an 8 by the afternoon, but it'll be much lower than that to start the day with some clouds around. Low tide coming at 10:50 in the morning and sunrise at 7:36. Scattered showers, mostly cloudy. Isolated storms still possible. Then tomorrow, a few morning showers, not out of the question. 82 for your high. So the real cool air doesn't get here until Wednesday. It will turn breezy too. It stays pretty chilly right through Friday morning, and then we start to gradually warm up again on Saturday. Jacqueline?
All right, thank you so much, Bob. Sounds pretty nice. The Pentagon says they have an ongoing investigation into the deadly ambush in Niger that left 4 American soldiers dead. Republicans and Democrats demanding answers about the mission. And for the first time, we're hearing from the widow of Sgt David Johnson, who says her conversation with President Trump made her cry even worse. ABC's Alana Zach is following this developing story out of Washington.
For the first time, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Joseph Dunford, outlined a timeline for the fatal October 4th ambush of American troops in Niger.
Mid-morning on October 4th, the patrol began to take fire as they were returning to their operating base. Approximately 1 hour after taking fire, the team requested support.
By the time the firefight was over, 4 Americans were dead at the hands of ISIS-pledged fighters, including Sgt David Johnson.
Why it took them 48 hours to find my husband? Why couldn't I see my husband? I don't know what's in that box. It could be empty for all I know.
There are nearly 1,000 U.S. troops in Niger, and members of Congress are asking questions too, including why the team was traveling in unarmed vehicles and why support took so long to arrive. President Trump has yet to answer questions on the specifics of the ambush.
Mr. President, did you authorize the mission there?
Thank you all very much. But he did weigh in on Twitter on the call that he had with Sgt Johnson's widow, a conversation she says made her cry even more.
If my husband is out here fighting for our country and he risked his life for our country, why can't you remember his name?
An American survivor of the attack tells ABC News that Sgt. Johnson's courage and bravery was beyond expectation that day and that he was a true war hero. Mrs. Johnson says that their children, including a third to be born in January, will know that their father passed away in service to the country. Lana Zach, ABC News, Washington.
Meanwhile, White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders says Chief of Staff John Kelly does not need to apologize to Florida Congresswoman Frederica Wilson. Wilson accused President Trump of being insensitive during that phone conversation with the widow of LaDavid Johnson, who was killed in Niger. Kelly defended Trump and criticized Wilson, accusing her of taking credit during a 2015 speech for getting federal funding for an FBI field office in Florida. Sanders was questioned about the matter at a forum today with White House reporters. She says she didn't think Kelly was wrong, so she doesn't think he should offer an apology. Well, sports is next, but first, here's Jimmy Kimmel.
If anyone asks, here's what we've been doing all day. Who let him in here?
He's a Manny. He's my Manny. You're my Manny.
Yeah, I'm his Manny.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to Mesobook.com.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline if you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death. You must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. Medicare's annual election period has begun. If you already have Medicare, new benefits may now be available with no copays, no deductibles, or $0 premiums. Call now to speak to a licensed insurance agent who can help guide you step by step through a free analysis of the benefits available to you. And you may be eligible for plans that even include additional coverage for dental, vision, and prescription drugs. MedicareAdvantage.com searches thousands of insurance plans from leading insurance companies. We'll help you find plans that may cost you less, cover more benefits, and give you more choices, like home delivery of your prescriptions, gym memberships, and even over-the-counter allowances for everyday needs, like antacid, allergy medicine, vitamins, and even toothpaste. Don't miss the deadline to enroll. It's time to get more out of Medicare.
Call 800-314-8605. That's 800-314-8605. 800-314-8605. Call now.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Dotoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
Now, sports.
Another long Monday for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are left wondering how they lost yet another game. The Bucs are now 2-4 after losing Sunday to the Buffalo Bills 30-27. Tampa Bay making some plays on offense and taking the lead late in the fourth quarter 27-20, but the Bucs defense allowed the Bills to tie it. Then the offense fumbled on what should have been the game-winning drive. Head coach Dirk Cutter says the Bucs don't have to look far to find their source of their losing ways.
You know, everyone's frustrated, and you know, I talked to the team about all of our issues are self-inflicted right now. The majority of our issues are self-inflicted, and we're the only ones that can fix them. And you know, so that's how I handle that.
Meanwhile, Florida coach Jim McElwain says players and families have received death threats amid the team's struggles this year. Today, the coach declined to say whether he personally received any death threats. He added that he has not contacted any police, though. The Gators coach is 22-11 in the past 3 seasons at Florida. The team has lost 2 in a row as they prepare to play third-ranked and unbeaten Georgia in Jacksonville on Saturday. The Bulldogs are heavy favorites to hand the Gators a 3rd straight loss. And Cristiano Ronaldo has caught up with Lionel Messi to become a 5-time winner of FIFA's Best Player Award. The Real Madrid forward was crowned Player of the Year today at the FIFA Best ceremony. Ronaldo scored twice in the Champions League final against Juventus to win European soccer's elite competition for the 3rd time in the past 4 seasons. That's a look at sports. We'll have tonight's winning lotto numbers when we come back.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. Many people with Medicare may be able to get extra benefits and don't even know they're available. You may be able to get dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drug coverage included in your plan. Call the Medicare Coverage Helpline to see if you can get the extra benefits you deserve. The Medicare Coverage Helpline is now accepting calls. You may be able to get extra benefits, including dental, vision, and prescription drug coverage.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Buchwald. Making sure you go to the doctor and taking all your medications as prescribed can help protect your health. To make it easier, you may now be able to enroll in a Medicare Advantage plan that includes coverage for dental, vision, and prescription drugs. Help protect your health by choosing the right plan for you and get all the benefits you deserve.
Call to see if you may be able to get extra benefits, including dental, vision, and prescription coverage. Don't miss the annual election period deadline for Medicare Advantage. Call now. Call 800-711-7200. That's 800-711-7200.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
The Florida Lottery winning numbers are sponsored by Frontier Fios.
Well, police in Nebraska put their best feet forward to save a baby piglet. This is Wilbur. The Nebraska State Patrol says he was running free in a median of an interstate. Now, a trooper managed to scoop Wilbur up and put the piglet back in his patrol car. Wilbur was later taken to a humane society where he is now in the process of getting ready for adoption.
Cute Wilbur.
He's so cute. I'm not sure how he ended up in the middle of an interstate, though, but at least he was saved.
Yeah, they can be really good pets, too. I know some people that have them, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
They're cute.
They are. You won't end up on the breakfast table. At least Wilbur won't, thankfully. We are looking at some rain still hanging around. There's still some showers out there, pretty heavy, too. Moving toward Charlotte County, there's another line, too, we'll have to deal with as it makes its way through. That'll be in the early morning hours, though. It could produce some gusty winds and even some occasional lightning strikes, so keep that in mind.
And keep your umbrella handy possibly as well. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning.